Hello everyone, welcome back to Jazz Arranging class. Today I want to extend on the second part of a video that deals with reverse engineering a big band chart. In this case, it's Alan Baylock's arrangement of It's Alright With Me. The first video dealt with showing the chart without any details whatsoever, only rhythmic and formal details. If you have not viewed that video yet, you'll find a link in the description. Today I want to take a closer look at the music and arranging techniques that Alan has used to make this a successful big band arrangement. A final and upcoming video will dive more into voicing specifics as well as how the arranger handles the rhythm section. So let's get started. As with most published arrangements, this arranger chose to open with an introduction. An introduction, at its best, should provide the function of actually introducing something, which in this case is the melody. I can't emphasize enough of using existing material for your arrangement and varying it in a variety of ways to create interest throughout the arrangement. More importantly, it actually provides continuity throughout the arrangement as well. This introduction is essentially 8 bars, but with a drum fill and band hit prior to the onset of the tune, it comes out to 10 bars. The melody is foreshadowed by the saxophone line with brass providing harmonic and rhythmic support. As expected, the full band comes together just before the main melody and the form begins. Keep in mind that this is a 32-bar song and is traditionally in an up-tempo swing style. In this case, the arranger chooses to arrange the tune in a half-time funk feel, which I think works very well. I'll get more into specifics of voicings in the third video of this series, but I did want to point out real quick the difference in the bari sax and bass trombone in the introduction and throughout the chart. When the bass trombone plays the root, you'll notice that the bari saxophone is voiced in 5-part harmony with the saxes. Conversely, when the bari sax plays the root, the bass trombone is generally voiced in closed position with the other trombones. So there is not a doubling of the root. I'll cover more of these types of specific techniques in a subsequent video. The first 16 bars of the tune are handled exclusively by the trombone section, in unison. This range in the trombone section is somewhat low, and I would not go any lower than this. Keep in mind that the lower you go within a section, the more weight you'll most likely need on that melody to make it crystal clear. This melody of the trombones is in the staff, but even though it visually looks like it's mid-range, it's actually in the lower range for the trombone section. The rhythm section provides harmony and some rhythmic support throughout the first 16 bars. You might think that using a full 16 bars as trombone unison could get monotonous and somewhat boring. This might be true if it occurred later in the arrangement. However, because it happens at the beginning, it works well. Introducing another element in the second 8 bars of the melody could add variety, but the full 16 bars are effective as they are. In the next 16 bars, the melody shifts to the saxophone section, played in their upper register. Notably, the bari saxophone is excluded from this section. From measure 27 to 34, the saxophones play in unison, breaking into harmony at measure 35. The bridge opens up new interest in the arrangement by introducing the trumpet in the melody, accompanied by trombones providing harmonic support in closed position diminished seventh chords. The saxophone section adds even more interest by an accompanying counterline. So essentially we have 3 layers: melody, counterline, and harmonic support in the trombones. You'll notice that the first 8 bars of the bridge are over an E-flat pedal tone, so we have a cycling of diminished 7th chords over an E-flat pedal. The next 8 bars, the pedal tone shifts to B-flat. This leads back to the G-altered dominant chord at measure 58, getting us back to the main key of C minor. After the bridge, we have the last 16 bars of the tune. At measure 59, the saxes return to the melody in unison with the brass adding rhythmic and harmonic support. By measure 67, the lead alto takes over the melody along with the other saxes, making up 5-part harmony. Now this is a spot where I might have added a trumpet to the melody to help support that lead alto player. Because the lead alto is in a really good register for the lead line, this is not totally necessary, but just keep this option in mind. So at this point, we've gone through 1 full chorus of the tune, preceded by a 10-bar introduction. Now we get to the alto saxophone solo that's followed by unison backgrounds from the trombones and tenor saxophones. The backgrounds are initially sparse, but they grow denser by measure 107 as the bari sax and bass trombone join in. Keep in mind that at the onset of a solo, it's nice to have no competition. Once the solo progresses, you can then add backgrounds as needed. Rather than continuing on into the bridge for the sax solo or giving another instrument a solo at this point, the arrangement pivots to a DS al coda, essentially bringing us back to the same bridge as was heard previously. The ending is essentially a variation of the introduction, This technique of varying the introduction to serve as an ending really provides the arrangement with balance and continuity. Eventually, the ending brings the chart to a short drum solo, followed by a full big band fermata. This is then followed by a strong, full big band hit for the final ending. With all this in mind, let's take a listen to the chart in its entirety, and as always, I'll point out the arranging techniques outlined earlier while the chart plays. Let me know if you have any questions by commenting below.